welcome back to my t-shirt printers, where the fun never stops and the sun never sleeps. Although there's absolutely no sun today, but we've got lights so we can turn them on and work all day. Let's do this. Okay, so today we're going to be doing a good old plastisol print for it's actually for a back order. We've been waiting for the stock to come in. It's been a pretty popular color. It's this bright green. Well, it's not fluorescent green, but it's a bright green, and we've just been waiting for a little while for it to come in. It's finally in. Let me show you the color quick. Bright green. So that stock's finally come in, so we can get going on that. Now the print we're going to be doing is it's a two color, but we're going to use the base twice so we can just block the color from coming through and just make a really nice smooth print. But we'll explain all that as we go through it anyway. But first things first, I just want to say thank you to all the messages I've been getting with emails and on social media. It's been really great to hear from you guys, basically just hounding me to get new videos. It's been awesome. I really do appreciate it. It really inspires me to get some more videos out there, hence this video and some more videos to follow. So we're working on it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is get some screens on the press, which are the two screens for this job. Let's get them lined up. Well, let's get them on the press and hopefully they're lined up and get this job out the way. Let's do this. First thing we're going to do is get some red ink onto the red screen so that we can start aligning. It's going to be easier to line with the red ink. I have taped up the registration marks because of the previous job. I don't want to untape them. I just registered to color. It's pretty easy. So let's get some ink and the squeegees and float bar onto the press and see if it's aligned. We can only hope that it's aligned if we don't have to make too much adjustment. We can always hope. We can always hope. Okay, so this customer, they want the print in a pretty specific place. So what I'm going to quickly do on the test board for the test print is just all in one. Let's get this aligned up to the perfect position. I think it's about 70 mils from the stitch line of the collar. So I'm just going to measure that up quick before we do the first stripe off and align the white underneath it. Let's get that done. So bear with me. Height looks good, just get the flash dryer on, get it cured and line up the base. For once that actually looks like it's in line, we'll test it, make sure. Out. Let me show you. So you can see the bottom line is just peeking out of the bottom of it, just over there, just what I don't want. So it's just going to have to tuck that little white base in just a smidge, and then we are going to be good to go. Awesome. Okay, that's in. Let's get everything warmed up and get this job printing. Okay, so there are a few things to consider when trying to get that really smooth plastisol print. Plastisol, it's always a bit of a funny thing. It's not always just about how smooth the ink is, what ink type you're buying. Everybody wants to say they've got the smoothest ink. Some inks are really smoother than other inks. They're just less pressure to actually push them through the screen, especially if you're hand printing them. So a few of the things you got to do is make sure that your pallets are nice and clean. If they've got a lot of like the fibers from previous jobs, especially hoodies, you want to put new pallet tape down, that's for sure. Or you definitely want to give it a good scrub to make sure they're really, really nice. All noises going on here, compressor, embroidery machines. Oh yeah, by the way, you're going to have to deal with, if there's a lot of other noise going on in the background. We've got Claire who's now working with us. She feels a bit weird because the embroidery machines are running upstairs and I'm not up there, so it's a bit for me to get used to, more sounds for you to get used to. So, anyway, back to this. So pallet tape's got to be smooth. Preheat your boards and preheat your ink. I know in warmer places you don't really have to preheat your ink, but it just makes it flow a lot better. So preheat your boards, preheat your ink. Make sure you've got a really nice flat surface to print on. You've got to remember when you're printing on a t-shirt, if there's something underneath the t-shirt, like a glue bump, you know, when you get that bit of glue and it goes whoop, you don't want that. It's basically going to give the print a texture. Hey, you may want a texture. I don't want a texture on these ones, so make sure it's really, really nice and smooth. And then smoothing screen. Smoothing screen is really good. You can do it on a manual as well. Just put some grease on a screen. Obviously you've got to have the emulsion on the screen, and just give it a good 1 or 2 strokes as soon as it comes out under the flash dryer. Really have to think. That was a long line of speech. Whew, did it. I still got it. Okay, so what I'm doing here, I put my white down first, 2 hits of white, so 1 stroke, 2 stroke. Then I'm going over to the flattening stroke over there, as I was telling you about earlier. It's just that grease on a blank screen with emulsion. Don't bring grease on your t-shirt, that would be a bad idea. It's going to flatten that stroke, go around again. You're going to hit it with another white, which is going through right now. I'm not going to flatten the second stroke of white, because what will happen is you'll start pushing that ink too much into your t-shirt and you'll get too much of the color coming through underneath the base. So you'll get the greeny color will start coming through, and we don't want that. And then we're going to print on the red. So we're going to go white, 2 hits, flatten, white, 2 hits, no flatten, red. Job done. The first bit of the print done. The next bit is to actually print the back of those shirts, but we've also got the same color with the different designs. So 1 color, black print, really nice and smooth job to do. So we're going to print that one first, and then we'll come back and print all the backs together. Just got to clean these screens down first, and then we can start printing the black prints. So that's all the front prints done. We now can finally move on to the backs after cleaning that screen over there. Print at the backs, job done. So that's the last one going through the oven. While that goes through the oven and I clean this screen up, you can enjoy this moody product sequence. So a quick recap on how to get those really smooth Plastisol prints. Make sure your boards are really nice and clean. If you need to change that pallet tape, just make it a really nice smooth surface. It does matter. Warm your boards up. Make sure your boards are nice and warm. It just makes the printing really smooth. It helps keep the ink warm, and that is another thing, keep your inks warm. So make sure your inks are nice and warm. Then if you can, get that flattening stroke on your first underbase. It just makes the rest of the print really smooth. If you're printing on top of a smooth surface, then you're just going to have that really nice smooth print. I know with these t-shirts I'm using at the moment, these prints are just coming out really smooth, as you kind of saw in that moody sequence of the product shots. I'm really happy with how the prints are coming out in these particular shirts. They are organic shirts, but they are the bomb. Really good. Okay, dokes. So that's it for today's episode. I've got the next one planned in my head. I've just got to get it there on the camera. It's all about time. It's all about time. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and also head on over to our Facebook page, our Twitter, and our Instagram, which are all linked over here. And I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out of here.